What a beautiful day today. Look at these clouds just sailing by. So nice. Old American flag. Look at it out there. Oh yeah. I just uploaded a video. It's a liberal and woke announcement because I want to help. Look at these beautiful clouds just coming by here. That's blowing my fans. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put those on this summer. Oh yeah, so good. Look at the airplane up there. Got him heading out. Just a jet doing 500 something miles an hour. Told you I can just sit here. Hey, all you weirdos. Chemtrails. You guys need to take a class in science, okay? I'll tell you where there's a chemtrail between your ears. Look at how the clouds. You're sitting up there doing 500 miles an hour watching a movie, having a drink, eating peanuts, and you're looking down at the clouds. It's insane. This year and I have a good year this year. I know I'm gonna have it. Stephanie and I have developed a close bond, a relationship that cannot be broken. And I just got a new battery today for her French tickler. It's a DeWalt. And I know she thanks me. Well, YouTube's been fucking with me more than normal. Now even though I don't monetize, they're giving me warnings and they're saying that I'm using copyrighted music when I'm not. You know, when you get this false drop ceiling of success, like subscribers and views, I never had it, thank God. It's one problem I don't have. Uh, you really think you should be proud of your accomplishments. Well, I knew from day one that it had really nothing to do with what I did. But you know, you get a big plaque for 100,000 subscribers. I told them to keep it. I don't want it. I was actually going to give it to somebody, and it's just too much bullshit. You think if you really have something coming to you, they ought to just send it to you instead of more questions. I'm hoping going into 2025, there's going to be some kind of legislation for social media platforms. And if there isn't, I hope the advertisers understand that there's a lot of censoring on social media platforms. It might not be as bad now because these people are all running scared, which is why they're down at Mar-a-Lago. But you should be able to post things. I'm not saying crazy stuff, threatening, demeaning, racist, that kind of thing. Just your opinion about your political interests in the future of the country. Why would you censor that in a Republican form of government? Unless you were selfish, had an agenda, and will do whatever you can to get it your way. This is what I want to know from you people. You know, nobody ever has that's woke, these crazy liberals. They just walked away when I said a sayonara with their tail between their legs. They didn't even have enough balls to come back and defend themselves. They're just type B, pacifists, paper tigers. They threaten people, and when the people show up, they don't answer the door. Weird, isn't it? So I'm hoping, and I know all of these stalkers. I got one stalker that's continued to try to contact me, and I will be going next Monday to the prosecutor's office because I've told you before, do not contact me. Hey, Pug, I have a record of blocking you, emails, you contacting me, phone calls, you're blocking your call and thinking that I don't know who it is. And good luck because you're going to have to defend that here. Stay away from me, stalkers. How you doing, Pug? You're adults. Act like it. Oh, the weather's great here today. 71 degrees. Just sitting here and watching these cool clouds come through. Watching planes go by. Really enjoying myself. Last night, the vultures went in the tops of those trees and roosted for the night. So it was a learning experience for me, and I've learned that they don't stay in one place. They change up. The ones that eat over at the other house, they picked that place last night to roost. It's a good idea. That's a long time of just sitting on a branch. They wait all night long from like 6 to 8 in the morning till they go out and they can see and fly around looking for something to eat. These beautiful clouds. Vulture picture available? Yeah, I could send you one. I could send you one of those vulture pictures. I can get you a good one printed. I'll get you a good one printed. What size do you want? I got a big one in here, black and white. I'll show it to you. Hang on, let me go get it. You've seen it before, but I'll show it to you in black and white. This is 2 foot by 3 foot, black and white. This is two printed on canvas. 2 foot by 3 foot. That's the babies. Oh, look at them. Marty's got a color one. This one's black and white. Two babies. See the bigger one on the left? He's still out kicking ass. See you got a hanger and everything. And now the photo, if you get it printed on paper, is way clearer, way better resolution. You just can't get away from that on canvas, which lasts forever. You like it? I love these vultures. Yep. They make me want to party. Hang on one sec, too. I'm going to get something else. Tell me that you think it's real. Do 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 do. Tell me that you think it's real. I'm singing DeBarge today. Oh yeah, I'm singing DeBarge songs. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got my haters fucking with me. Though. I just sit out here and just have thought. I just sit out here and think to myself. Open communication with my psyche. Hey, Dolly. Love DeBarge. He's a perfect example. You don't need to be gay. You just need to sing like you're gay. There's nothing wrong with that. I do not have any problem with gays. Especially the good-looking, feminine lesbians on Pornhub. Love those girls. I wish them the happiest New Year of them all. Yep. Fucking YouTube, man. It's trying to fuck with my channel. I don't care. Hey, Dolly, you should still be a moderator. You're not a damn liberal, are you, Dolly? Well, I don't know why this fucking thing keeps coming off. Somebody trying to start trouble. Yeah, I'll put you back on there if you're not a liberal. How did you vote? Let's get cut to the chase. You didn't vote for that damn Harris, did you? Oh, good. All right, I'll put you back on next time I do one on YouTube, which I'm going to do soon. Well, I am on YouTube. Hold on, maybe I can do... I don't think I can do this now, though. Oh, yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. Come to think of it, I can. Oh, fuck, man. That a girl. Hold on. I'll do it right now. Fuck, yeah. Managing moderator. A managing moderator means that if you catch someone going south, somebody that's laid low this whole time, it's really a liberal, but they're just jacking me around to go along with the flow, and then they come on and start fucking up shit. You're a managing moderator, which means you can get rid of another moderator if you smell a fish. Fire one. Atta girl. Now, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't date Trump, but you had enough sense to realize he was the best vote for the nation as a whole. That's why you are a moderator now. How come it isn't showing up? Say another comment. Oh, there we go. There we go. Hey, Cryptic Angel, how you doing? We're doing some vetting here today. This is a private channel, of course, with public access, and we do what they do. They try to curtail my message. Don't give me notices. That's all right. So when I get on here, I further my cause. I'm just kicking it, you know what I'm saying? I'm making a list and checking it twice. Get a hold of a couple old girlfriends. I call them up and I say, hey, do you miss me? You hear them like giggle. They try and stifle it with their hand over their mouth. And they say, yeah. And I say, what part? And they giggle again. And then I say, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? And they say, yes. The best thing that can happen to me after I've dated someone is if they can go out and they can date somebody else to just figure out how low they've set the bar. I've set a new benchmark for all of them. Yeah, I do. I go against the grain. The religious ones, they know I'm not religious. And ones holding out for this false ceiling of what they think a guy should entail, they realize it's all a big sham. And they just go with hedonistic behavior, pleasure seeking. Yeah, I might go on tonight. Yeah, I think I will. No, I'm not drinking tonight. No, I'm not. I haven't had a drink since April. Now, I would drink under certain circumstances. I would, but I just haven't. I don't want to have these, like, I've learned in dieting and weightlifting and all this kind of shit that the soon as you set yourself up for like, well, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, if you're really rigid on that, for some fucked up reason, it makes you want to do it more. Like if I don't feel like working out, I don't work out. Fuck it. You go in there when you don't want to, and I find out that's the theory of religion too. That when you're doing all this sinning and stuff, that eventually you'll get to where you want to please God more rather than your own desires. So you'll limit yourself naturally rather than penalizing yourself because of the other half of the equation. And I've found that since I haven't had a drink, that it's better overall. Not why you're drinking and you're there and you're having fun on a chat, but the rest of it overall. The weight gain, the sugar in your system, the empty calories. You're always stopping by to get wine or beer. You always, it's just a big, huge waste of time when you consider the net result. Yeah. I mean, I will if I have to. I mean, if somebody came down here and I didn't know him very well, and we had an interest in each other, I don't want. It's a time saver. I'll tell you that. We were just sitting out on this couch talking shit. They said, "How about we drink a bottle of wine?" It's like, yeah, sounds good. Now, if it's a big behemoth beast, well, she's not going to be here anyway, so it's a moot point. But if it came to a romance, you better believe I'm going to start drinking again. I'm not a total idiot. Yeah, now if I had a wife that I'd been with 40 years and she wanted to get frisky on New Year's Eve, I'd drink. Fuck yeah, I would. I mean, come on. No, I haven't. No, I have not fucked with that. I have not messed with it. No. I mean, it is, but I found and I've noticed first of all, I lost a lot of weight. I've been on a big weightlifting kick, eating healthy, all that shit, and I feel better. Believe it or not, this is what I think it is. I think it's serotonin, cortisol levels. When you're young, you can go out and party all night, fuck for a couple hours, stay up all night, go eat breakfast, go straight to work. You're tired, but you can do it. And I found as I'm getting older, the energy reserves just aren't there like they used to be. So I don't want to shoot my whole wad, no pun intended, by using it drinking and not being able to do a damn thing the next day. And I'm not talking about, you know, getting crazy and throwing up and having a hangover. It's just overall, the net result, I'm enjoying not drinking better than drinking, particularly when you plug in exercise and calories. 70 pounds, unbelievable. Wow. What are you talking about, Shad Marsh? Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's all bad though. If you look at the World Health Organization, they say alcohol in any amount is not good for you. Cancer-causing agents. I mean, it's just pure sugar. I mean, it's like coffee. I drink coffee, but that's good for you. Antioxidants, your liver. Today I got to get a lot done, and I do cheat sometimes. Like today, I got a great night's sleep. I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. But I want to get a lot done today. So I drank 2 cups of coffee, and I'm going to drink an energy drink. Fuck yeah. Right here, and I'm not watching porn. I'm not. I'm going to quit porn. No shit. I'm going to quit porn. I'm not watching any porn, and I'm not buying any more books starting tomorrow. I'm just not doing it. It's fucking porn. I know it sounds funny and shit. If I told you I was a crack addict, you'd want help for me, and you wouldn't laugh. When you say you're a porn addict, people think it's funny and shit, but it's just as fucked up. It really is. I spend way too much. I know it's like fucking not right. I mean, to that extent. Yeah, it does. Hey, Callie. Oh, same to you. Oh, hello. How come you don't come on the things anymore? The chats at night. Remaining silent. Yeah, so I think overall I'm going to quit doing it. Here's what I worry about not watching porn. Uh, that I want a girlfriend around. Oh, fuck me. Talk about a side effect. Now, you don't tend to look at side effects on quitting what you consider bad, self defeating behaviors, but there you have one. There's one there for you. Think outside of the box. Hey, John. Dolly lost 70 pounds. Unbelievable. That's a lot. What are you, just depressed, or you went on a program, or you nervous, can't sleep? Why'd you lose 70 pounds? Trying to, like, date again? Just pardon me for asking. Downriver, yeah. I grew up down there. God, I look back there now and I think, God, I could go to my hometown. Not that I will, and nobody'd know me. Lucky bastards. But I do like going. I got two stillborn. I'm not religious, and I think death, once that's it, it's tits up. I do have a stillborn brother and sister in a little Oakwoods cemetery down there. And, sounds fucked up. I've mentioned this before. Uh, but I had a friend of mine, get killed on a motorcycle in high school. And then his dad got cancer later, and I tried to help him in any way I could. And I know when the dad died, there was no more relatives because I used to keep in touch with the dad's sister, Weirton, West Virginia. And even though I don't believe in it, like every single fucking thing I think and say, I could be wrong. Don't think that I think I'm some kind of fucking know-it-all or authority, or because I read a lot that I'm any closer to the truth than you are. But I could be wrong. I mean, this whole Jesus heaven thing might be real, and if it is, I'm in major fucking trouble. I've accepted it. But back to the point of the story, and that is that when I go back to Flat Rock, I go to that cemetery and I put flowers on the guy's grave and his son right next to him. Even though I don't think at the time that it's doing any good, I'm very cautious about doing things to make myself feel good at the expense of somebody else that needs help. Always been that way. It's a fucked up scenario, but that's the way I am. But I do it just in case I'm wrong. Because I think it's stupid just sitting in front of gravestones crying. I think it's a whole nother facet of mental illness. And it's just hard to imagine that someone's gone for good, and I get that too. Oh, Oakwood, no kidding, John. Oh, wow. Hey, Terry. Oh, Steelhead, no kidding. Really, huh? That's interesting. My opinion, I think they've really ruined the Great Lakes with these fucking salmon. They're not supposed to be there. I mean, it's just an experiment that went wrong. Go up to Lake Huron now and try and catch a salmon. Fuck, you could just put a hook in with nothing on it 25 years ago. It's totally ruined the environment. They bitch at us about zebra mussels and non-indigenous species, and check the bottom of your boat and make sure you don't plant this tree that, and then they do something like the salmon. They're so stupid. It's just a perfect example. If salmon were supposed to be in the Great Lakes, they'd have been there long before anybody thought it was a commodity. And everything is ass backwards. Go try and catch yellow perch north of Taos. Now the whitefish population is being decimated by God, who knows what. Once you do something that crazy, who the hell knows what? You can put cameras down there and samples and catch them and let them go and put trackers on them. You're still never getting the whole picture, whether it's with honeybees, salmon, vultures, or any other damn thing. 9 pounds. Wow. Yeah, just water. Yep. Yeah, no, you're right about that. Yep. Yeah, perch. Yeah. Yeah, Michigan Conservatory. Yeah, that's it. They're experts, though, at bamboozling people into giving money. No, I do like the idea, like wildlife. See, this area down here, this was all these trees. These were planted by timber companies. And the only reason I'm sitting here now is because this particular area, the trees didn't grow worth a fuck. It took 25 years to grow what should have taken 15 years to grow. So they sold them. And there's no getting around that. I mean, it's just cost prohibitive to like bring in other soil or fertilize it. Either they grow or they don't. And I can show you places where there's just trees up the ass. These trees, I would say, are probably 60 years old. Something like that. This used to be a farm. This one was always a farm, and then the state used eminent domain. On the other side of the road is the back end of a state park. That's why you see horses go by. Oh, really? You probably weren't paying attention, John. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, propolis. They really stick stuff together. Yeah, you said you had some questions. I don't really fuck with that hive. That's just, I don't know. If you're asking me about what's in the inside of it, I don't know. I've never looked. We just let them do their thing. I'm going to put some more out here, too. I like watching them just go out and fuck around, have fun. Yeah, pine isn't, other than paper products, which is a reason enough. And, of course, plywood and 2x4s and 4x4s. I mean, you can't smoke anything with it, like, but so what? It's got so much resin in it, it's shit. You get damn lung cancer if you tried to burn pine where you could smell it all the time. Yeah. Yeah, look at this big ass porch. Look at my ceiling fans up here. I got the same ceiling fans inside the house. So great, man. Yeah, this isn't bad. This front yard is about, it wasn't cut until I moved over here, and the only reason I did it is because, well, I keep changing reasons. Is because they got these field rats, and they'll get in your house and snakes and stuff. And I like snakes, but I don't want to worry about stepping on a timber rattler or a fucking copperhead, just because I wanted to let it grow natural. And that's kind of an extra concern because where the rats are, these snakes are always looking around for them. So that's why I cut it. These fucking rats are everywhere. When I cut this, they're just running all over trying to get out of the way. Some kind of rat that, burrows in the shallow hole. So that's why I cut it. Well, now I'm going to put a cut flowered field right out here where I can just sit and look at them, watch all the bees land on them. And I'm also going to do trees too, different trees. Yeah, be careful with that, John. Go up there and try and, it's illegal to go off grid in a lot of places now. And the UP isn't what it used to be. That's turning into big buck stuff too. Property's not cheap up there like it used to be. Got a lot of people moving there. Yeah, I know, Steven. Yeah. Weird, isn't it? Oh, 16 and nothing? Yeah, it's the one I had built. Yep. This is just the front porch. Everything's 15-foot ceilings. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still organizing stuff. I'm lazy. It takes me forever to do anything. Just party here. I tell people all the time, man. I've been down this fucking road. When I moved to Florida, I thought, man, I'm free now. I'm not working. I'm just down here fucking off, breeding birds and camels. And I'm just going to live here till the day I die. Yeah, it got old. Then I built a bed and breakfast. Even a bigger mistake. Then I got out of there in 98, moved to Chicago, and I thought, wow, this is it, man. In my 40s, I got some money. I don't need to work. I'm going to go fuck around there and just lift weights. And that's all I did for 5 years. Bought a place on the 32nd floor, went out to eat all the time. Only bad thing about Chicago is, like, women. It's like the fucking worst place a guy like me could be in the world. It was all high-end, like, fucking stockbroken women, fucking VPs of hedge funds. Fuck. I'm the last kind of guy they were interested in. They wanted suits and fucking Range Rovers and caviar. Fuck that. And the whole place was like that. TV anchors lived there. Although one of them was my neighbor. I got drunk there one night with her. Marion Brooks, you can look her up. Good looking, half black, half white. She's from Vancouver. Her life turned into a disaster too. Married this fucking guy she knew from a long time ago. I haven't talked to her in probably 3 years. Sweetheart of a person. She cost herself a career in Atlanta from having an affair with the mayor. That's why she came to Chicago. Probably one of the classiest, nicest people I've met in my life. And this is an example of how I talk sometimes. People are good looking sometimes, but you're not attracted to them. And that's how I felt towards her. She's an absolute sweetheart. Weird. And obviously she got at the tail end of being an anchor when, that shit mattered. She's still a good looking woman. I think Marion's like 52 now, maybe 53. Just a just a great, nice person. Oh, same to you, Marcia. The demons within, yeah. Self-defeating behavior. Yeah, demons within, self-defeating behavior. But Chicago was terrible for that. Or you'd have tourists, and they were always coming in drunk. I never was a bar guy. I did meet a few girls at the health club, but that was all generally high-end people. When I went there in '98, it was 500 to join, 140 a month, which seemed like crazy. And I don't know what it is now. I know that COVID about put them out of business. But it was like, for a guy like me, that was like the worst place in the world to meet women. I like the ones with the rockin' body, dumber than a box of rocks, struggling to pass their GED, working part-time at the dollar store, still living with their parents. That way I got them painted right into the corner where I want them. Everything I do just seems like great. Eating out, gifts. They don't know what a treadmill is. They don't need one. Yeah, the road trip, it's going to be a while because, well, I got shit to do around here. And actually, I like just fucking around here like I'm doing right now, believe it or not. I mean, fucking West Branch was like New York City compared to here. This is fucking great, man. And like I told you about this before, that's why I say give stuff time. If you move or you got this crazy idea, you're going to go up to the UP and go off the grid. You will go fucking insane. Maybe not, but I put my money on going insane. See, you don't know what anything's like until you experience it. Whether it's marriage, a girlfriend, a state you live in, a job, a car you bought, all sorts of shit. You got this crazy idea that you concoct up in your mind of just being out in the grid and, just not kissing anybody's ass and then you'll be out there in your truck because you're not working, so you can't afford a really good one. Will be stuck up to the frame in the snow. Your cell phone won't work. You're trying to fucking do all this bullshit with solar or wood. Can't even cook a fucking pizza without the logs going out. You're afraid to leave because all your crack addict neighbors will rob you blind. They see your car going down the road. There's a shit ton of crime up in the UP anywhere, even in nice places like Marquette. You look at up around Pictured Rocks, crazy crime, big dope problems. Oh, same to you, Crunch and Munch. Out of all the interviews, let me think about this. Yeah, I'd say Raven. I'd say Raven was a sweet girl. Maddie's a sweet girl. I was watching her last night. Yeah, I'd say Raven and fucking. That's another thing I'm gonna do this year too. Try to do. And that is, I could like sit here and you bring shit up like that, and you're just asking a question. It's not saying it has anything to do with you, but I started thinking about that fucking like Raven and those girls, and I'm, emotion trumps everything. I mean, just watch one of these crime shows. So you got these guys with great jobs or neurosurgeons, and they're chopping their wife up from some crack prostitute, just stupid, crazy shit. It's because you get your emotions. And that's why you see all these books I get, like the one that I put up today. I'm really going to try. I've learned that all the good shit requires discipline, which I'm not too good at. And I'm really going to try to derail my fucked up emotions and see if it'll provide a better goal reaching avenue than I've had. And an example is what you just said. Like, I start thinking of those girls and I think, fuck. That's why I quit doing it. It's like, if you told me right now that I could go do that 20 miles from here, I don't think I'd do it because I know too much now. I know that it's just a big con job. It's just interviewing someone that isn't going to get better. And like I said before, I hope to God I never have another viral video. What a fucking pain in the ass. That'd be like finding out your wife gave the best head in Michigan. It's that kind of stuff. Yeah, fucking I mean, I never think of violence when hurt. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, it's just fucking nuts. Had millions of views. Oh yeah, millions of views. I mean, it's all fucking bullshit. I think you guys know, but in this fucked up, crazy, upside down pineapple cake world we live in, everybody judges you on fucking subscribers and views. It's so fucking stupid. I mean, I watch YouTube all the time, and that's why I know what a joke it is. That's why I don't monetize anything anymore either. If you're going to chop my head off, it's not going to be for $325 a month. Because as I've said, when you upload a video now, it's, could it offend somebody? Fuck, yeah, me? Are you kidding? I think I offend somebody somewhere every time I come on. Is it politically sensitive? Yeah. And it's against your mantra. What else do I do? I got a fucking strike for showing how to get a mouse out of a sticky trap. A fucking strike. Not a warning or don't do this. This is how bizarre it is. Fucking nuts. I don't know how Marguerite is. That viral. Well, in the viral video, well, I'll tell you what you get. This is exactly what happens when you get a viral video. You just Google when you're fucking around, just put Tom Reed in or Chosen One and look at all the bullshit these fuckers have done. They've got what they'll do is I don't know what's wrong. Here's how it usually happens. So you get a viral video, it pisses people off. I don't know why. And they think so they'll start saying that I'm fucking these girls everywhere I go, they come up dead. And that's how it gets going. Then they'll go to places that don't know any better, like people that are on YouTube regularly, like Reddit. And they'll say that I'm a stalker, that law enforcement's getting paid off, that, I'm killing these girls. And then all of a sudden you'll start getting swatted. These people will call your neighbors. They'll call the cops when you're doing a live driving down the road, telling them you're drunk and to see if they can get them to pull you over for bullshit. I'll tell you what they were successful at one time, which there's nothing I can do, and I'm not going to change my behavior over it. I got a fucking ticket one time with this black fucking racist cocksucker Michigan State Trooper. First of all, it's not illegal to have a dog on your lap. Secondly, even the state police admitted there was no driving that was unsafe and that I wasn't speeding. Well, why'd you fucking pull me over for then? Well, because he's only thing left is race. I get a fucking ticket for Daisy on my lap. Okay? So I'm thinking, well, I'm not too worried about this because a judge isn't a legislator. Well, I talked my normal shit, and all these fucking stalkers, I shouldn't say all, some stalkers wrote letters, contacted the court where they knew my case was going to be. And and this fucking crazy cocksucker judge, right from the get-go, he was just, it looked like something Judge Judy would do. That's entertainment. It's not jurisprudence. I should have went in there and said, Your Honor, I didn't do anything wrong. It's not illegal to have a drug. And this fucking judge was just a motherfucker from the very beginning. And he's kind of chastising me because he didn't think it was a good idea to have a dog on my lap. Well, I don't give a fuck if you think it's a good idea or not. You know, you're a judge and this is based on the law. There's a dog on my lap. It's not illegal. Fuck you. And then he has a temper tantrum. So you can see that these fucking crazies wrote a bunch of letters and got this fucking guy believing this shit. You know, I know, I'm not sure of this, but they were saying that I've beat every case that I've ever tried or contested, which is true. But I do my homework, and let me tell you, if I get a ticket broke off my ass and you got me by the balls, I pay it. No problem. But if it's some bullshit like that, believe me, man, you better put some time away from this, because I will spend as much time as I have to make you look like a big fucking douchebag. So I kind of got into it with the judge, but I could see where it was going, and it was a civil infraction anyway. So I figured even if I told this, minus getting held in civil contempt of court, I finally could see where it was going. So I told the judge, I said, well, you know, you're a judge, you're not a legislator. And he said, I don't need to be a legislator, and I find you guilty. Okay. And he did, but he was just a fucking tyrant. Now, I don't know if this is true or not. I was all set to really fuck with this guy, see the Judicial Tenure Commission, about being unfit, and they just all of a sudden removed him one day. Why, I don't know. So I didn't do anything. And I ended up appealing the thing, and got some prosecutor to fucking let me pay a ticket for a cracked windshield or some stupid shit. It was no points. But I'll tell you, all these tickets that they claim they're giving you a favor on when you don't get points, like, let's say a burnout taillight, all that shit goes on your fucking record. And even though it isn't points, it's on your record, and it's additional risk. And it goes into actuaries determining what your premium is. It's like, hey, yeah, this guy doesn't have any points, but you know what? He's driving around with fucking burnout taillights. He's got a ticket here a year later for no blinker that worked or burned out headlight. They just think you're just a screwball winging it every time you go somewhere, and it affects your rates. Yeah. Yeah, they were real fuckers. Yeah, black. Yeah, you know the good thing about the cop, though? You can look it up on my channel, Texting Trooper. This is how stupid the Michigan State Police are. So I applied through the Freedom of Information Act, through the copies of the video on the traffic stop, and sure enough, just like they said, nothing on there, like no swerving, no speed, no nothing. And you know what those stupid motherfuckers did? They sent me a copy of the trooper on the inside of the video of the patrol car, pulling me over, texting on a phone before the traffic stop was complete. I bet you they wish they had that to do all over again. And of course, my face lit up like a Christmas tree when I got it. And I've uploaded that video 2 or 3 times. Michigan State Texting Trooper. And I know they would fucking ram it up my ass just as hard as they could if they ever get an opportunity. And then I did a background investigation on the guy and found that he was issued a speeding ticket for like 33 miles an hour over in Ohio, which is a misdemeanor. Yeah, it's true. You know, you're not going to get the electric chair over it, but you are a Michigan State Trooper, and you do have a criminal record in another state. So I uploaded that too. And the state police tried to get YouTube to take it down, and they didn't do it. So for as much as I bitch about YouTube, you know, sometimes you can ride the wave of the woke, and I did that time. Hey, Frisky. Yeah, no, it's bullshit, man. Yeah. Yeah, Michigan. I did get one a couple months ago, which was bullshit, too. You know, down here we got this hands-free fucking shit, which I get, you know. The law, and the reason they make it hands-free is because the legislators looked at studies and they interviewed cops, and they realized that when somebody was talking on a phone and weaving in and out of traffic and people were dodging, pushing their kid on a tricycle because these fucking morons, they realized that we better not just make it talking on the phone. We need to make it you can't touch your phone. That way some Jew lawyer can't defend you and say, well, he wasn't talking, he was just touching his phone. So this way, when you're not supposed to be touching your phone, they got you. Doesn't matter if it's on, it's off, you're talking, you're not, you're texting, you're listening to music, what the fuck ever. You are not supposed to be touching your fucking phone. I get it. I probably would have done the same thing as a legislator. Well, here's the backside of it that you don't really understand. These are, in Georgia, everything's criminal pretty much. That wasn't, but most things are. And that's a stop sign, speeding ticket, all this shit. The burden of proof's on them, which is a fucking nightmare for them. I don't know. Michigan changed this back in the 70s. So all a cop has to do is have reasonable belief that you're on the phone. And what does that mean? That means a bright light shining up in your face, even though he can't see the phone, and thinks to himself, that motherfucker's talking on his phone. And that's what happened to me. And I was talking on my phone. But he couldn't see it. He saw the bright light. So if you're in one of these states and you're talking, cut down the illumination to like 2 instead of 10. So I looked around and I found that Georgia has a program for first-time offenders. If you can show a hands-free device, which I had, you can get one get-out-of-jail-free card. It's like you got to show them a receipt or a picture of a hands-free device, and they just drop it. And that's what happened to me. But it pisses me off, really, because you never know. I mean, I could have went to a hearing, and it's like, hey, Your Honor, I swore under oath. He never saw me talking on a phone. He never saw me touching a phone. And he's lying if he said that he did. He couldn't have. That's what pissed me off. So I used my one get-out-of-jail-free card for a ticket that I don't think I should have got. Now, in a perfect world, were you talking on your phone? I was. But at least see me doing it, please. Hey, little miss. Yeah, I mean, I get it, man. I got a fucking another one time in Glacier National Park about 4 years ago. Got fucked on that one, too. I got a fucking... My temper's nothing like it used to be. It's never really got me in trouble. But I'm out in Glacier National Park, and I'm fucking around, I'm going through Beartooth Pass. Well, in the last 10, 15 years, fucking Glacier National Park has gotten busy. It's no fun anymore. And I even need a reservation to get in the fucking thing. It was around COVID. So I drove out there, and there's a traffic jam, right? And I've got that one of my cameras, and I traffic jam, and I start videoing some, it's a cool place, going to the Sun Road. And I'm fucking driving, and I see the fucking police things behind me. Now, mind you, I'm in stop traffic. Now, to me, I think the law is for, crazies. You're looking through a camera, you're supposed to be driving, you stupid motherfucker. It wasn't like that, but you're not supposed to be doing it. And I was doing it, and I didn't even know that. So it turns out, national parks are federal. So they have some fucking law out there that you're not supposed to have an electronic device on while you're driving. So he pulls me over. Nice guy, and he said, I pulled you over? It's like, no, not really. He said, you had an electronic device on. Well, I know better than to be honest sometimes. But, in a millisecond, I thought, well, if I ever go to a hearing in this, who has a camera on looking through it when it isn't on? Yeah, nobody. And I just thought of that. And he says, well, you had an electronic device. He said, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're honest with me, it's like, well, I know I'm about ready to get fucked good now. It's like, yeah, okay. What? He said, how long Well, he already had me based on that. I didn't even need to be moving. He said, "How long were you recording?" I said, the whole fucking way. And he said, "Well, I'm going to have to give you a ticket." I said, "Well, can't you give me a break on this? I wasn't like driving." I said, if it was really something bad, you could have given me a careless driving, reckless driving, unsafe conditions, some shit like that. Nobody's life was at risk. We were stopped. He said, "You can be stopped. You're not supposed to have it on." So this is how the thing's going. And he says to me, this is no fucking bullshit. He says to me, he says, you know that this is going to require 2 trips out here. Well, I'm in fucking Glacier National Park. Yeah, you know how much 2 trips within like 60 days would cost you to go to Glacier National Park? It's fucking 2,300 miles one way if you drive. Scratch that. So you need to take airplanes and shit. Rent cars. There's some federal court out there, some fucking place. I said, you got to be fucking kidding me. He said, no. He said it requires like an arraignment and then it requires your hearing. It's like, that's fucking bullshit, man. I said, if the name of the game's out here, the safety of people, and as a person, not a park ranger, that no one, if this is just a money thing, how about just let me make a donation? This is fucking nuts, man. I got to come out here. Nobody was like blowing horns and stuff. He said, no, but what you did was egregious. That's what he said to me. And I said, no, it wasn't. He said, yes, it was. I said, no, it wasn't. Egregious is driving down the road, holding a camera while people get out of your way, blow horns, call you, say there's a crazy and driving down the road. None of that happened. The traffic was stopped. And I could have turned my radio up or down. I could have touched the heater. I could have scratched my ass. I could have ate part of a peanut butter sandwich. And now you're telling me because something was on when traffic was stopped and there was no movement that's egregious? That's not egregious. He said, yes, it is. I said, no, it isn't. So we argued back and forth about that for a while. So he said, well, I'm going to give you a break. It's like, what? He said, well, you plead guilty and you don't need to come out here at all. I said, is it going to go on my record? He said, no. I said, how much is it? $300. And that motherfucker lied to me too, because at the end of the thing, when I thought, this is when you're really getting a fucking, they tell you something 10 times worse that's going to happen. You're actually feeling good about getting a ticket handed to you for $300. You're feeling like, wow, this is my day. What the fuck? But he lied at the end. He said, I see you're from Michigan. I still have my Michigan driver's license. Like, yeah. He said, I'm from Michigan. It's like, oh, no kidding. I said, where'd you go to college? He said, Michigan. Now, look, I went right down the street, Eastern Michigan. I said, what'd you major in? He said, criminal justice. Well, hey, guess what? University of Michigan doesn't have a criminal justice program. Never has. So that fucker was lying. He lied about something stupid. Weird. Oh, yeah, you'd like it, Little Miss. National parks are cool. They're getting too busy, though. Anytime I go to national parks, pretty much, it's all Europeans and Asians. It's not like the old days where you show the family leaving Toledo, Ohio to go to Yellowstone in a station wagon with that wood paneling on the side. It's all foreigners. You want to see the most beautiful national parks, so go to the ones in Canada, up north of Kalispell and up around Banff. Fuck, man, they blow the United States Rockies away. Canadian Rockies. There you go, Crunch. That work? Yeah, it probably does work. I bet it does. Yep. Good for you. Probably helps. Yeah, I think it probably does. Crunch or Munch, where you been lately on the chats? You partying tonight? You going out partying tonight? Is anybody going out tonight? Oh, okay. Now, you going with a date or you going by yourself? Flat Rock. Went to Flat Rock. Or you're going alone, huh? Now, crunch it, Munch. If you were putting a percentage on it, what are your chances of getting laid tonight going to a party? Is it just not that kind of party? Or you just don't want to get laid, or all of the above? What the fucking truth here? Oh, okay. Gotcha. I never really went to too many parties my whole life. And I remember one time, one of the million times I was broken up with one of my girlfriends, and I met this girl. She's about like 6 years older than me. And she worked for a company that did advertising for Ford Motor Company. Real pretty face, body, like so, about 6 years older than me. And I remember we went and saw E.T. in Windsor, Ontario, and went to the old fish market. This is a male's dream. And I was like into her a little bit, not a lot. So she has a big party over at her house one time. She lived in Farmington Hills. And I'm like a little interested, not a lot. But she had a roommate move in. Denise was her name. And she had just broken up with some guy that was a cop who she later ended up marrying. And I remember I brought a case of Corona beer over there. And she tells me I can stay the night if I want. I don't really give a fuck about it, to tell you the truth. So I go over there and we're getting fucked up. We're drinking this shit. Uh, I meet her roommate, and it was like instant chemistry, no shit. And her and I went to a swingers club one time in Toledo. I mean, you could tell I wasn't really into her because you're young, you don't know shit then. I wasn't going to take somebody I was really into to a fucking swingers club, but there I didn't really give a fuck. And we go down to the swingers club, and she gets fucked by like 5 guys, and I don't do anything. I thought, I never saw so many bad bodies in my life sitting around a big giant hot tub, and it was all kind of like white trash and fucking playing darts in the nude and all this shit. It wasn't what I thought. So she gets banged by about 5 different guys. It was fun though, and we drive back, get home to her house like 4 o'clock, and then we had this fucking party. So this is a while bit later, and I'm like half-assed dating. I didn't really give 2 shits, and I'm over there, and I meet this roommate, and this is no fucking bullshit. The roommate was cute, big tits, had a kid. I forgot what the fuck she was doing for a living. And we're getting drunk, and she comes. This is like a male pervert's fantasy. I mean, you couldn't have, if you'd have whispered in my ear, I'm going to give you $1 billion in $100 bills. It's in my trunk. It wouldn't have had the effect that this did. She said to me, Francine told me what you two guys did. And it's like, she did, huh? She said, yeah. I said, what'd she tell you? She said, she told me you guys went to a swingers club. It was down off Cherry Street. Typical swingers club, I think. I mean, from what I've been able to put together. Drop ceiling, fucking colored lights, those wheels that like make it look like, like if you're at a concert, a Pink Floyd or something. Snacks, big bowls of pretzels and shit. And she said, you went to a swingers club. It's like, yeah, we did. She said, really? And it wasn't like anything that bothered her. So I'm thinking, oh, this is fucking great, So I said, well, why, do you want to go to one? She said, I do. I said, you really do that shit? She said, yeah. And I'm thinking, oh, fucking A, man. This is like winning the sexual lottery. I'm thinking she's admitting this shit. I just met her. You know, what a fucking lunatic, right up my alley. So, I'm at a party of this girl that I'm kind of dating. And, I didn't give a fuck. So the night goes on, and this Francine comes up to me later, and she says, hey, Denise really likes you. It's like, well, that's great. She said, and I'm going to just tell you right now, I'm not at all jealous, and I think you should go for it. I said, well, yeah, okay, well, thanks, but it's your house, and I like you, and I don't want to be rude. She said, no, don't worry about any of that. Oh, fuck yeah! You talk about a perfect date. Oh, how'd you like it, Crunch and Munch? So, I ended up spending the night there with the roommate in a girl who I was dating's house, and she made us breakfast when we got up. Yeah, what'd you think of that, Crunch and Munch? What'd you think of the swingers thing? Was it what you thought? I know this. I think that the women that I know, I mean, you know how I am, right? Honestly, if I think a woman wanted to go to a swingers club, it would be a huge flag. It's just the way it is. I don't know why. I've never really met women that were into that shit that were sane or that would be good for you. I don't know why this is this way. I wish it wasn't, but it seems to be. What was the jackpot? Thank you, John. How was that experience, Crunch and Munch? Did you like it? Oh, what a great night, man. Now, were you set up by the guy you were with? Did you go with the guy? Were you set up, or was that just sprung on you? Oh, I fucking did. I did feel like the man at breakfast. You got that right. I fucking did. I was like, couldn't believe it was true. And the roommate was way better looking than the one I was dating. Yeah. Did you have fun in it, or were you just kind of turned off? There's a place called the Green Door too out in Las Vegas where you can go watch people fuck. I never been there. It didn't really interest me, but it's like you look like it's a peep show thing. Only a thing comes up, and you look through this thing. I know couples that have went to it though. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't anything that now there's so much shit out there now. I mean, I swear if it wasn't for the internet and porn, I'd probably fucking be married again or have a girlfriend. I told you, man, when I got into like my early 30s and I was already married by then, I thought, you know what? I don't really see this like being the way to go. That sounds terrible and shallow and all this fucking shit. But if you take all the characteristics of women and you put them on a page and all the characteristics of men, I'm not saying that women can't be good friends and all that shit and good people. I'm not like down in them, or I don't think women are less equal than men or any of that fucking bullshit. But I found that as I aged at an early age, that if it wasn't for fucking them, there really wasn't too much of a reason to hang around with them. That sounds fucking terrible. But, minus the sex part, I'd rather like hang around guys and that like boxing and airplanes and shit and, you know, stuff like that. And I realized that it was kind of a means to an end. And when you're young and you're dating, that's a big impetus behind it all. And people are very reluctant to admit that. If you took everybody young and you just took sex out of the equation, fuck, there'd be so many less people walking around in marriages and divorces and all that goddamn shit. And it's very complex. It's just like depression or any other fucking thing. That mind is just crunching this shit all the fucking time. That's why I could take you, Crunch and Munch. I could take you and just bring out 10 guys out of like a Price is Right door, and you'd know in a millisecond which one you were attracted to. And then you're always going to get a couple lame ducks out there where if you spent a week with all those guys, the guy you were attracted to, you wouldn't have anything to do with. It's super complex stuff. And like I was talking the other day, you don't, you're always, at least I am, you're curious of what type people marry. And like, look at your own experience. Was it always the best sex? Probably not. Was it the smartest person? No. Did they make the most money? No. When you decide to pull the trigger on marriage and you know all the consequences that are coming with that, it's interesting to me who your choice was and why. And some people don't ever really know why. A lot of guys I know, and a lot of women, they thought that it would be a good partner to bear offspring with, children. And I've had guys tell me all the time, here's Janie and she's just so nice. Well, let me tell you, nice doesn't make a dick hard. Which circles back to my original premise, and that is that you don't always hook up with people that are good for you. You hook up with people that are at the steering wheel of your emotion. You want to be with them, you're attracted to them, and you're trying to take all their bad habits and morph them into something good, and that's just a fucking abstract fantasy. It never really happens. When you're dumb and you're young and you don't know shit, you're actually going with the good mother as opposed to the girl that gives the best head in your county. Because you want good kids and you don't want her fucking the UPS guy like my neighbor did. And that's why you end up having an affair with some dingbat that you met at work that came through a temporary agency because your wife didn't have that part. And a perfect example is Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Maid. All the young pussy he had access to, and here he is fucking the maid. I know why. And most guys do. But on the surface, if you haven't experienced life, you're going to not know why. It's not, why would you do that? Maria Shriver and all the women on these movies said, yeah, I know exactly fucking why. It makes perfect sense. And not only did he have sex with her, he had a baby with her. That's just fucking crazy. I mean, you would just think in that, my guess would be they were high or drunk or both. He sure did form a bond. I bet the bond, there was just, like I said, it's not always the smartest or the best looking or the best sex. But I'll bet that maid, and who knows how many times they fucked before she finally got pregnant. I'll bet that fucking maid just took that old Terminator, showed him who was fucking bossed. And then you heard the vacuum start up again. I bet that was sex and a half. That's something the rich guy goes to the psychiatrist for. And he says, hey, I got this rich part of the Kennedy clan. I got all these young pussy running around this fucking sets. And man, I'm just fucking the hell out of this goddamn maid. It is fantastic. And I want to have a baby with her. I mean, I'd like to have been a fly on the wall. Of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's kind of got balls like that. He'll tell you shit. It's just shocking. That's what happens when you have money and you don't need to have a job anymore. You know what I mean? But I'd like to have been a fly on the wall when that maid, after just 69 him for an hour, deep-throating him and fucking for 3 days, said, hey, I got some news for you. And he said, what? It's like, I'm pregnant. And then you're hoping for something even more fucked up, that they were fucking somebody else while they were fucking you. And you got your fingers crossed, and you don't know whether to be supportive or put them in a fucking full Nelson. But you don't want a criminal record, so you say, well, why don't you just go get tested? Let's do a DNA test on this. And you get a DNA test, and it's yours, and you're in that deep. He was in deep, all right, wasn't he? It is. It is crunch and munch. That's exact. Yeah, it makes total. It makes total and complete sense to me. Mm-hmm. Total and complete sense. Yeah, I get it. And there are women out there that that are just like, just have like they get to your mind. They can be like stupid and all that shit. Who care? I mean, that's different than like something that male brain is looking at and you're thinking, God damn, what a fucking body. And you talk to them and they're dumb. I mean, every person you're sexually attracted to doesn't mean you're planning on spending 40 years with them. It's like, boy, that looks like really good. And you just look at over history with politicians, scandals in your own small town. As it turns out, Bill Gates is an ass grabber. I mean, I would be surprised. The only guy that strikes me as a guy that, he'd rather play chess than fuck is Elon Musk. If you look at some of these, like that one that bent over Johnny Depp, if you look at some of the women he's crossed paths with, it's not what you'd think when you consider what he would have had access to. You're probably right, Crunch and Munch. Yeah, I think you're right. No, I thought the same thing too, but you didn't know that until way later. Yeah, you're right. If you saw the sun's, yep, that's exactly right. So crazy. And that's another thing you go back to too, so it opens up just a whole nother dialogue. So there's Marty and the Tesla. It opens a whole nother dialogue where if you're in, here you're doing shit, you're having fucked up thoughts. Maybe you've had some affairs, maybe you haven't, and then it happens to you. Big difference. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, if just about the time you figure all this shit out, uh, it doesn't matter anymore. Like me, if I had this knowledge when I was young, yeah, fuck, man. I don't know if it'd have been good or bad. Because I wouldn't, to me, believe it or not, I know it sounds corny and cliche, but I am all for having things above board. My only fault is, they'll say, well, you're trying to push them away. Eh, wouldn't say that's accurate. I'm trying to tell them what's coming down the road, and either I'm going to let you allow. It's like your wife comes up to you and she says, look, I kind of got that relationship with this one that I'm rekindling right now. Your wife says to you, we've talked about this. I watched you on your fucking YouTube. You're crazy, but I do like that above board. I mean, maybe she'd been fooled around on, and I want you to be honest with me. And no matter what, this really would ring my bell. Nobody's ever really been that. And it's like, okay, I'd like to fuck your sister. You see what I mean? So there's where you got to draw the line and not be like a flaming asshole. There's some things you just don't do and keep your mouth shut. Like if I had a girlfriend, she said, well, you want to be honest too? Now the shoe's on the other foot. It's like, well, I'd like to fuck your brother. I want to like fucking dump that bitch before the door shut. I don't want to hear that goddamn bullshit. So the whole fucking thing is just one big goddamn cat and mouse game illusion. It's all bullshit to begin with. Yeah. I mean, that's good. That's good. But if you were the smartest, most educated person in the world, other than self satisfaction, which is where I'm at, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? I mean, I got a lot of shit figured out now that I didn't have before. And I think it's good. I mean, I think I've come a long way. It's also why I just find more internal happiness, like things that I really like. Like I got a clear conscience. And that basically came from two fucking stints in mental hospitals. Hard to think that there'd be a silver lining in being locked up in a rubber room, but I'm here to tell you there was. Really gave me a lot of time to like think of shit. Yeah, no, you're right, Crunch and Munch. Yeah, you're right. I read about these like old like Middle East rulers, Hussein, Gaddafi, all those guys. And I sit at a fucking coffee shop at a Starbucks around a bunch of fucking hairy leg lesbians. And they're paging through a book of these tyrants in the Middle East, and they say, God, look at fucking Saddam Hussein. Look at Gaddafi. Look at all these guys. They said they were fucking over 100 young women while they were in power. And I'm thinking to myself, you lucky ass motherfucker. I wish that would have been me, but I don't say that. I say, yeah, that's really fucking terrible. I say, yeah, it's really terrible. Fucking 100 super pretty young women that you don't have to spend a bunch of time with. I'm saying, yeah, that's really good. I guess he is better off dead. Yeah. Oh, threes? Yeah, good times. That's right. I met a couple lunatics there, though. I had enough fucking sense to, I could tell right then. I switched numbers with them, never called any of them. Believe me, if it had been something good, I'd have been all over it, but it wasn't. Who the fuck wants somebody nuts like you are? But, a lot of fucking women and men get fucked in mental hospitals. That's why they're really on that fucking shit, because there's been some lawsuits. They're not letting you go out on your fucking 3 hour break and you and an opposite sex and go fucking see if you can find any birds nesting. They even got sued for that with prisoners up in West Branch where I lived, Ogama County. These stupid motherfuckers, you go out and pick trash up and shit like that. There was one of these Chippendale looking motherfuckers that kept getting caught shoplifting, and they'd send them out to pick up trash or fucking stack picnic tables going into the winter that were in the park, that kind of shit. And he got goddamn 2 girls pregnant after a couple hours. Some real good looking motherfucker. And anyway, those girls got a hold of a Jew lawyer and they sued the county for that, and they had to pay a settlement. Another county administrator, cleaning lady, what a surprise, huh? I mean, you're sitting there at the office, it's fucking 8 o'clock at night. You're fucking jacking off to Pornhub. Your fucking wife is a fucking beast. Hasn't shaved her legs in a fucking week. And you're beating off to Pornhub. And your wife thinks you're doing work. And all of a sudden the cleaning lady comes in. It's like, fucking A. Goddamn, and over time, she runs into you. And she says, how you doing? You got a little chemistry. And then things progress. And now you're going up to the old county building when they're cleaning the office, even though you got nothing to do. And finally, you just, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So this county administrator, he put the dick into her right on the big conference table where like 20 people have a meeting. Poured the old wood to her. She sued too. $200,000 settlement because he had, of course, when a lawyer gets a hold of the fucking shit, you're not allowed to bring into evidence her 9 fucking orgasms and getting eaten out for an entire year instead of cleaning toilets. You can't use that. That may prejudice the jury. Yeah, yeah. It may let the fucking jury know what really happened. Yeah, you can't use that. We're going to suppress this. We're not going to allow her fucking 9,000 orgasms to be admitted. It's like, what the fuck? 200 grand. 200 fucking grand for that. And it was consensual and it lasted over a year. What the fuck, man? God damn, if I'd have known that, I'd let him fuck me. Probably wouldn't have been interested. Oh, good for you. Right. Yeah, it happened. So those were two instances. Those are just ones that I know of where I lived in a small rural town. Boys will be boys. Not me though. I mean, you know what I'm like, right? And you'd never catch me doing any shit like that. No fucking way. You may be able to fuck me over, but it's never going to be that easy. I fucking know better. I mean, if there was a good looking cleaning lady and I was going up there, I'd fucking eat some saltpeter or jack off 5 times if I knew she was going to be there. I am not going to let you fucking close that trap on me that easy. No, you're right about that, Crunch. See, I'm not a drama guy, and usually, at least my experience, crazy and drama run hand in hand. And really, as much as I'd like it, I mean, the real crazy shit, yeah, you're thinking to yourself all the time, man. No way. But I don't think that you need to be crazy to have good sex. I mean, it kind of seems like it, and they'll base a movie on that, like that one with Jeff, what's his face, something crazy with Melanie. What was her name in it? Something crazier, Crazy World or some shit like that. It was kind of like that. I really don't think. I mean, I'm saying that I really don't think you need to be crazy to find good sex, but I'll also say that it kind of seems like it. So which is it? Yeah, Venus flytrap. Yeah, you're right about that. It just seems like if you're going to try and hook up long term with short term all in one package, it seems almost impossible. It just seems so unlikely. Basic instinct, yeah. But if you're a guy in this day and age, man, you better not be having sex with fucking anybody you work with. I don't care, no matter what. And it's just like, they say they don't want employees fraternizing. I don't know if that's legal or not. I think it is, because I know a lady that lost a good job at Home Depot because of that. They found out her, and she was with another girl. They were going to show their woke fucking badge and say, hey, we don't even want two non-lesbians vacationing. See, man. And also, hey, here's another one. The manager of the Home Depot, big in the religious community, he got caught pouring the fucking tube steak to a girl that was working there part-time. He was able to bullshit himself out of it later through church and forgiveness. Boy, if there was ever a time to come close to Jesus, if you were big in the church and you were fucking a girl 25 years younger than you, you better fucking come up with some guy to line of shit. Basic instinct. Yeah, and he didn't lose his job either. I bet he would nowadays, though. But when they tell you at work, we don't want you dating people you work with, well, that's no problem. But if it was something like super fucking duper great, like let's say for an example, you work with some girl, right? And she's like so-so, and you recognize her on OnlyFans, even though she's got a wig and a mask on, and she's just like everything. It's like the best shit you've ever seen in your life. I'd say fuck that fraternizing fucking policy. It'd be worth it then to get fired. Do it anyway, and if you get caught, you get caught. What are they going to do? Send you to prison for a year? If it was just some super, like, tooth chipping fucking sex, I'd say fuck this bullshit job. Yeah, fatal attraction. That's exactly right. A lot of these guys getting this fucking fatal attraction, and it isn't even anything good. Yeah, but fatal attraction. Look at that astronaut that was wearing a fucking diaper driving across the country because she didn't want to take the time to go to the bathroom, and she was fucking some married guy. Yeah, it was amazing acting. You're right. It sure was. Yeah. Yeah, you got it, John. Yeah. You go from KY jelly to looking at their income tax returns. I don't care who you are. Everybody fucking has got a damn to-do list when it comes into relationships. And the real fucking kooks, they know how they've drawn the men in. Their problem is taming their fucking shrew to play along to get the benefits. Oh, I didn't know that, Crunch and Munch. Huh. You know, Glenn Close stayed at that bed and breakfast I had down in Florida. Not that I give a fuck. I wasn't there when she did, but she did. Stayed there for a month. Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, yeah, okay, Crunch and Munch. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I stayed there for a month. My wife called me, a fucking dumb bitch. I mean, usually she was pretty smart about stuff. She said, I knew she was staying there, and I said, I hope you didn't ask her anything. And fucking sure enough, she did. I said, why don't you just fucking treat her like a regular person? Oh, really? Huh. That's interesting. No, no, I don't. Nope. Nope, I haven't talked to her in well, coming up on 3 years. Well, yeah, about 3 years, yeah. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think I could. I don't think I will. I mean, I might. I doubt it, though. She wouldn't even look at me at the divorce thing. No. This shows how I'm gonna give you a. This shows you how male egos are. I mean, there's no way around it, man. I'm a fucking straight male. I mean, I think fucked up like this, but I'm not gonna let some woke tame this fucking stallion down. I told Marty yesterday. I said, I bet I could go down there, meet her as she was coming out of work, and fuck her for 2 hours, and then send her home to her new live-in boyfriend. And like the good buddy he is, he said, I bet you're right. But see, that's that fucking illogical, fucked up, goddamn. I can't even explain this one. Male fucking ego. My stupid ass actually thinks that I still put myself number one on racking those fucking bones. For all we know, she go down there and fucking call the goddamn police as soon as I cross the border from Georgia to Florida. But you're not gonna tell me that now. My dumb ass actually believes this. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Chris. Yeah, yeah, it might be. Thank you for that. Oh, God, there's so much fucking. Look at these cool clouds just going by. They ride horses by here once in a while, and, I got this big couch out here I sit on. I said to Marty a couple weeks ago, I said, just think I could jack off there, out there, and nobody'd see it. He said, don't do it. He said, when I'm driving through, you can see on the couch. Yeah, I don't think I probably don't, though. That's the sad thing. If you guys have ever watched The Death of a Salesman with Brian Dennehy, I never went to the play, but I'd like to. I'm probably one of those right now. There's a point in your life where you get clueless. It's like the 65-year-old wearing spandex and high heels, thinking that young guys want to fuck her. I'm probably the male version there now. I don't stand a chance in hell. Look at these cool clouds just going by. I think this would be a perfect place to become a dope addict. Just sit here and stare at this shit. One-way ticket to Bone Town. That's it. I love these clouds, the randomness of clouds. Yeah, just that's why when it came down to a guy like me, I just realized that I'm better off just living this life right here and paying for it. Really, at the end of the day, I think that's me all over it. Yeah, good for you, John. God damn, way to go. Amen. But I think no matter what, you get tired of it. You get sick of it. I don't know why that's like that, but I mean, I noticed that going back through my old archive of home porn that I've made. You know, there's some times where it's going on, I have them, and I don't watch them for years, and then I'll start watching them, like I did a couple days ago, and I'll think, why in the fuck don't you have 100 more of these? And then I contact them and say, hey, how you doing? It's like they say, hey, I don't mean to sound wrong, but I'm happily married now, and I really don't feel like talking to you anymore. It's like, okay, that's fine. Let me tell you what I had happen about a week and a half ago. So I had this old lady, old girlfriend. She's not an old lady. I mean, she's younger than me by quite a bit. Not crazy though, like 20 years. She's 45. Nah, 25 years maybe. So I did a bunch of porn movies with her. You know, home porn, 2-girl blowjobs, tons of them. We kept in touch, but once again, fucking crazy. She's got like an open relationship with her husband, and they're always getting back, breaking up. But he knows about me. I've talked to him. He's a good guy. I mean, while they were living and supposedly getting along great, she was blowing guys and overnighting me the DVD. Now, I did pay her for them, but it was worth it. I mean, this lady is like fucking unbelievable. You'd have never heard of Linda Lovelace with her around. And I was going to hook up with her for some more porn about a year and a half ago. We set it up. And she never shows up to my hotel. And it pisses me the fuck off. And she calls and said, yeah, this, that, what the fuck ever. And I don't call her back. And then she calls again. It's like, are we getting together or not? It's like, no, we're not. It's like, why? And it's like, well, because it's fucking rude. I mean, you can't, like, text me. She said, well, you know, this, that. I said, well, I'm not fucking doing it. Then we get in an argument because I'm pissed and I bring up some fucking shit that I know is going to trigger an argument. And that was kind of it. So, about 2.5 months ago, I called her. I text her. You know, you're always sending out feelers, right? 2.5 months ago, I text her. And she doesn't answer. It goes into her voicemail. And I get an immediate text back. She said I was in the shower. Well, this is good news. She just didn't fucking blow me off. She said, I'll call you in a couple minutes. Like, okay. So she calls me in a couple minutes and we talk. And she's asking me if I keep in touch with any of the other girls we did some videos with. And I tell her, no, I don't. And I don't, you know. Like I said, some are married, happy. I do keep a slight contact with a couple. But nothing, just how you doing, hope things are going well, that kind of thing. And she says to me, she said, you know, I need your help on something. And it's like, what's that? She said, well, I'm tired of working so hard. And I'd like to make, like, porn for real. And I said, what are you talking about? Like, blowjob videos? And she says, yeah. And she said, I'd like to use you as, like, the guy. It's like, I'm not doing that. I mean, why? Because there's nothing in it for me. And even though I'm, like, open about all this fucking bullshit, I don't want to do that. I don't fucking need to. If I want to do it and just do it myself, I will. I said, well, I'm not going to do that. So she says, do you have any ideas about this? And it's like, yeah, I mean, why don't you just set up like an OnlyFans? But you need to really think about this. Because if you ask me, is it like a quasi fucking friend of yours? If you think you should do OnlyFans, I would say no. You've got 2 daughters, you've got 2 sons, you're still on and off again with your husband, you're not at the age where you can not work again, and I'm not saying it should work this way, but just some kind of way, this shit comes back to bite you. And I could count successful relationships on one finger on people that chose to do this. And, I don't want to, even though I'd love to see in all of them, I don't want to, in good conscience, tell you it's a good idea to do, and I know it's not. She said, well, you saying that I shouldn't do it. And it's like, yeah, I don't think you should do it. I mean, it'll fuck your goddamn relationship up with your kids and shit. And she said, I think my kids know what I'm like. It's like, well, I doubt that they know to that thing. So I said, well, no. I don't want to be the model, and I don't want to do it. So you're on your own. I'll help you set up an OnlyFans thing if you want to do it. But you do not have my support in this fucking bullshit. And believe me, I was already thinking, yeah, if you do them, let me know, man. I'll pay for them. I mean, this is like unbelievable great shit. So she calls me about a week ago. And she says, hey, are you really serious? You do this? Help me? It's like, yeah, we'll help you out. But I'm not going to fucking do that. And I tried to talk her out of it again. Well, she's going to call me, she said, over the holidays. And I said, hey, look, this is what I tell everybody. Look, there's no pressure here. Don't, be calling me, I don't give a fuck one way or the other. And I'm going to try and everything I say could be bullshit and fucked up. But take my advice with a grain of salt. Okay, you're going to do what you want to do. So I haven't heard from her, but she did text me Merry Christmas and that kind of shit. Now, see, I've got ambivalent feelings about this. And, I want the best for her, even though on one hand, you got the porn watcher thing going on. And on the other hand, you want to be a good guy that isn't giving fucked up advice to people, even though you think it benefits you. Typical quandary. Hey, Apple. Oh, you're alive? Oh, good for you. How you doing? Not that I know of, no. So I don't know where that's gonna go, but wish me luck. Wish her luck. Now you could say to me, and this is no bullshit, I'm not religious, but it doesn't mean anything. And I've kind of rekindled a relationship with someone that I was dating for a while. And you could say, well, what about her? I'll tell you what about her. We did a 2-girl blowjob video. So she knows all about this lady. She was laying right next to her. And I've run that by her. But you know what? I'm not going to lie to her either. And this lady that I've kind of rekindled the relationship with, this is how it is. And I don't want to do this either. I don't want to do fucked up goddamn bullshit with hurt feelings. So I told her, she knows what I'm like. I mean, after all, she did a 2-girl blowjob video. Says she's not doing any more with me. It's like, okay, that's all right. I mean, I'm disappointed, but I can live with it. It gets down to the point where we're kind of talking and getting along. She's fucking crazy, but I'm crazy, so that's probably why we get along. And I felt really bad about this. She said to me, well, I was really thinking about this, and I've decided that, if we continue to have a relationship, if you want to do any of that crazy shit, like 2-girl blowjobs, I want you to do it and not tell me about it. Now that would sound like, wow, man, talk about coming up with a solution, but you know what? I know better. I'm not, if I'm in a relationship and this is all above board, I'm not doing that fucking kind of shit. And I really kind of felt a little bit sad for her that you would. So my answer is I said, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing stuff that you don't want me doing and just not telling you about it. Fuck that. You don't like it. You don't want me doing it, so I'm not going to do it. So don't worry about that. But in the back of my mind, I am thinking to myself, is this the end of two girl blowjobs? I mean, really, when the dust settles, if you know what I'm like and everything else is good, is that big of a fucking deal? I mean, I got blowjobs before I met you. I got blowjobs for a little while after I met you. And I got blowjobs with you and somebody else. I mean, you blew guys before you met me. I think you've blown a few since the last time we weren't seeing each other. I mean, is this that big a deal? I mean, it's like, I can understand why you don't want to do it, but I'd feel a lot better about you not doing it for the right reasons. And maybe the right reason is you just think it's. You follow me on this? Does anybody like going along with this? Hey, Ray. Oh, good for you. Hey, is this Applecom? Is this account been around very long? Can somebody check on that? Hey, Crunch and Munch, what's your take on that? Give me your professional advice from one nut to another. I'm wondering how long you've been coming on here. Yeah, how long have you been coming to the chats? But I don't really remember that name that far back. Thank you. Yeah, to these chats we've been having. Yeah. Oh, it's your first time. Oh, okay, Crunch and Munch. Oh my God, good luck. Yeah, but I don't remember this person on here ever being on here before. But they said this is their first time. Oh, okay. This is our last warm day. It's going to get down to the 50s. I'll tell you, there's a big difference between 70 and 50 when you're sitting out on the porch. When it's 50, it's like damp, and I don't do it too much. But like 70, but today it's pretty windy. It's probably this new cold front coming in. Cold fronts follow warm fronts. Remember that. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, I think okay too. I was just wondering because they're talking like I know them, and I didn't recall the name. Yeah. Oh, seriously, Crunch and Munch. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I could do that, but I don't like electric blankets. I've read a couple articles on those that they're like bad for your body. Electric blankets. I mean, it fucking can't be worse than anything else I do, but Crunch and Munch, Fatal Attraction. Fuck yeah. Hey, Steph, how you doing? Yeah, I know it makes sense, but let me tell you, it makes sense. It's just like You know, the old adage, no good deed goes unpunished. There's an element of truth to that. You know, you do everything right, everything above board, and maybe that just doesn't apply in the real world like you'd like it to. No good deed goes unpunished. You know what I mean? I mean, you see, there's no shortage of injustices. You see them all the time. Just fucking shit that goes south. It'd be like helping a baby duck cross a busy expressway and getting squashed flatter than a fucking pancake. See a squirrel out there fucking around the driveway. You know, the leaves don't really come off these oak trees like you'd think. Just kind of hang on there. Makes you wonder why. Live oaks. Oh, blizzard. I love blizzards. Yeah, Happy New Year to all you guys, too. Hey, Riggs. How you doing? Happy New Year. Clean conscious. Yeah, I think a clean conscience is important. We may get fucked huge over it, though. But that's okay. The reason I think that way is because even if we both get fucked major for having a clean conscience, at least we know it wasn't some fucked up bullshit we did. And to me, that's important. That's important. If I get fucking dick cancer, it wasn't because I deserved it. It's because I just got dick cancer. Oh, are you? Yeah, you know, I read a lot about lunar schedules and stuff like that. And to me, I don't the whole fucking timekeeping thing is just it's not stupid, it's important. I mean, how do you make appointments and set things and people show up to work and all that shit? I get it, but as far as like, you know, an emotional state of mind just based on the world twirling around the sun, nothing's really starting over. I got this big, huge, fucking 4.5 mile long closet of mental bullshit stuffed in my mind that is not going away. You know? I mean, you got shit fucking there. Uh, like it or not. I just think there's like you can buy like, you know, nice shit. Like I'm over material things. You could if you just put a new $10 million Bell 429 helicopter right out here right now. I think, yeah, thanks, but I don't really want it. I've got away from everything material. Now I just want like good feelings. Like fucking blowjobs. Fucking new girls. That's what I really want. And no strings attached. And I'm fantasizing again. Pardon me. Have a good one, Jeff. Who knows? They say everything. If you're really worried about catching things, be abstinent. Well, I wasn't fucking doing that either. It's like a batting average in Major League Baseball. I mean, a guy that hits them a third of the time is a superstar. There's a turkey vulture. Yeah, I'm not fucking having no sex. Or bodies. Yeah, which and when. Yeah, easier said than done. The really good shit, though, the real stuff, the real possibility of it, you have to have an in, like a staple of credibility. You have to know somebody that trusts you, that's known you for a long time. I had that in Michigan for like a long, even when I didn't live there for a long time. She worked at a liquor store. I was going to college part-time. She's a school teacher now. 2 kids out of wedlock. And she would like, that was my broker. So fucking great. Down here, I'm just like a Just like a fucking one of those deer you see paddling out in the middle of a fucking giant lake and a boat goes by and saves it. I'm so fucking far removed from like Dayton down here. Let it all loose. That's what I say. Let it fly. Fly like an eagle. It's a nice day. I like this. I'm going to be getting rid of that stove and refrigerator. I am a for real hillbilly. New Year's resolution. Yeah, I just don't. I think a New Year's resolution is I put it right on the same plane as a fortune cookie. You know, I mean, what's it really doing? You know, the real good shit, the real changes you'd like adding 2 inches onto your dick length. A New Year's resolution isn't going to do anything to that. You know, the real good super shit, like a $2 million in your bank account. Yeah, we got this shit figured out. Only got that's a electric that I had put out here. I don't know what, but I knew I'll find something to attach to it. Yeah, we're getting them out of there. Yeah, Robin emailed me. She said if she ever sees you in person, she's going to choke you out until you lose consciousness. That's what Robin said to tell me to tell you, Stephanie. No, yeah, you're right about that, Chris. That's weird with nurses, isn't it? Yeah, crazy. Yeah, maybe we can do a chat tonight if you guys want to do it, rather than sit there playing Russian roulette with Boone's Farm. That's how I'll start my New Year. My New Year's resolution is to not put a shotgun to my forehead before the bell comes down. I'll have some organic oats and some fat-free milk from goats that they didn't torture like they did cows. I'll put a rainbow sticker on my forehead, quack like a duck, and just agree to be sane going into 2025 for even if it only lasts a week. That'd be so awesome. Well, you guys, I think we can do one tonight. If you guys, Stephanie, are you gonna go out or not? Are you gonna? Yeah, we can. I can do one tonight if you want to. Somebody wants to pick a time. I can do it. Anybody want to pick a time you want to do it? Like, it's got to be good for the West Coasters and the East Coasters. I mean, if I was like on the West Coast, like Frisky and Stephanie, who the fuck wants to start a fucking chat on New Year's Eve at fucking 5 o'clock? It's so lame. But for us, it's 8. Hey, how about this? How about this? We agree on doing a chat later tonight so everybody can get tanked. In the meantime, I want to see some like crazy shit. Hey, Crunch and Munch, do you think you could come on and do the live like in a bikini or something and bend over and shit and look between your legs and wish us a happy? And let's do some fun shit for a change. You know, wave to us like bending over. You couldn't possibly still be brushing your teeth, are you? Yeah, but staying home. Fuck staying home. Avoiding the drunk drivers. There's not that many of them out there anymore. You get in too much trouble. I wish I could just be like looking out at this front gate of my house and all of a sudden you see a car going fast down the road and it's 4 college girls just screaming, throwing wine bottles out the window, and they pull up and say, "Are you Tom Reed?" It's like, yep. It's like, well, some anonymous people that come on the channel took a get and we're all here to blow you while the ball comes down at midnight. I think to myself, Stephanie must have hit a scratch off. Oh, really, Dolly? No kidding. So what are you doing now? What are you going to be doing now? Look at that beautiful vulture up there. Late night. Oh, night? Okay, I will do it. Oh, yeah, we'll do it at night. You guys pick a time and I'll do it. Let's watch these vultures. I got one bag of chicken left. You know, I'm not, I'll go into the store. Maybe I'll go to the store today. I don't know. I wasn't planning on it. You just see all these people buying all this fucking bullshit for these boring fucking New Year's Eve parties. I've been to them before. You just sit around, you look at all these fucking nerds sipping a drink. Nobody's really going to get fucked up because of the consequences. It's all this stupid fucking small talk. You just want to fucking hang yourself in the bathroom. But you don't because they've got a plastic hanger. Nothing stiff and sound that can support a couple 100 pounds jumping off the toilet. Oh, they're Lapeer. Oh, good. Well, congratulations. He's so great. Maybe we can have the transgender prostitute come on here, May. She pissed me off. That's why I don't talk to her anymore. But I'd bury the hatchet. Right between her fucking eyes. They had a good sense of humor, were very witty. Told it like it is. Went into the trans hooking because it was a longer shelf life. Yeah, I love the vultures. Good for you, too. So pick a time tonight and I'll do it. Pick a time. You guys want to do it? Pick a Georgia time, you know, that'll, like, is good. Yeah, it'd be fucking great, man. Yeah, I like the vultures. I love everything about them, like that one. Hey, vulture. Look at this one flying around. Look at him looking down. Oh, can you see him flying there? Love these fucking vultures. Look at him just flying. Where is the motherfucker? Hard to see this fucking screen lights. Why it's when it's this light. The light's like behind me. 10:30. All right, 10:30 Eastern. That's a good time. 10:30 Eastern. That would be 7:30. That'd be 7:30. Oh, Stephanie says 9. How about we do it? Yeah, 10:30 Eastern's a good split. Oh, Happy New Year to you too, Tammy. You checked on just in time. We just went into the PG mode. All right, 10:30. That's what I'll do at 10:30 Georgia time. I'll come on tonight. Tonight, I promise for all the women I've kept in contact with over YouTube, this is tonight. I'm going to come on in a Speedo. And it's not going to be some fucking headshot. I mean, what's the sense of being in a Speedo if you can only see my head? This is going to be a full body shot for the live tonight. This is going to bring in 2025 in a way you never imagined. He's so great. Yeah, don't count me out. All right, so I'll even put a thing on. I'll put a thing live at 10:30, but I'm going to do it at 10:30 for sure. I'll be on, reliable. So you guys get prepped up today. I ask that everybody go out there and get alcohol, whatever you're fucking into. The last thing we want is you coming up tonight sober. Be prepared to make a total fucking ass of yourself. You know, you'll have about 90 minutes to do it. I mean, lay it all on the line. No holes barred. Yeah. Do it. Well, I'll see you guys at 10:30 Georgia time. So I hope you have a good of your day. Good day today. I'm going to go in and fuck around, put some more of these books up. So you can see how big these windows are when you compare it to the size of a regular door entrance. See? They're all along the front. Crunch and munch if you're out there. I hope to be bending you over on that couch someday. That couch right there. It'll be great. Pug, tonight's a perfect night to go off the wagon. I mean, come on, you guys, quit shitting yourself. Sober sucks when you're trying to have a good time. What, are you gonna sit down there and eat some fucking carrots? Some fucking hummus? Let's party tonight. Let's pull out all the stops. Yeah, beautiful day. 70 degrees, but it's gonna get cooler. Here's a vulture. Hey, man. You see him? Love these vultures. Just having a good time. I love watching these vultures. I can't see this fucker on the screen. That good though. God damn it. I think I got it too fucking shrunk down. Oh, here he comes. I love these vultures. They look down at me, wondering where's my chicken. Yeah, that's a good question. Got one more bag left. Here he is right here. Hey! They look down when I talk to him. I shit you not. Hey! So cool, fucking with these vultures. Sun's bright. Get them flying around. It's hard to track this goddamn. These things really cover some space on the thing. I mean, they really cover some areas around here. All right, you guys, I'll see you at 10:30 Georgia time. I'll be on there. You can count on it. Party. Get ready. Let it fly tonight, man. Whoever has the big balls, the biggest balls, the craziest shit wins. Yeah, Treehouse, 10:30 tonight. We're gonna party. Try and make it, will you? All right, hope to see you. Party on.